So, in this video, I'm gonna cover a question that I had in my that I had after posting my last video. My last video, I created an image file, well, image uh, virtual machine, and also an image drive, and then I sys prepped it. The question I had is, why did I have to create each individual machine? Why didn't I just copy the image machine that I created? Well, I believe I answered this in the video, but maybe it was missed, but I'll say it again. I've had problems with exporting and importing virtual machine before. Even though I select to create a new unique ID, I get unique ID uh, conflictions. So that's why I didn't want to do that. I wanted the video to go smoothly. But in Microsoft's defense, the last time I tried that I had the confliction, I was on a Windows 2008 server. I haven't tried it with the Windows 2008 R2. I haven't tried it with Windows 2012 or with Windows 2012 R2. So I decided, why not try it now? Alright, so if you follow the first video, I created this image virtual machine, and it's complete with a drive and everything set up. So what I will do is select the machine, then hit on export. I want to export it to my F drive, and I'll do export. Now I will start exporting until it gets up to 100%, and this will disappear. So once it's done exporting and the status is blank, you can go into the you can go to the location just to verify. You would have an image folder, and in that image folder you should have about three folders: the snapshot folder, the hard disk folder, and the virtual machine folder. Now once you confirm you have that is already been backed up, what you need to do is to go ahead and delete this, so you know what you're working with. And you might also want to come in here in the hard disk and delete this one also, so you don't get any conflict. Perfect. So basically, we've created the image virtual machine virtual drive, and then we did a sys prep on the actual Windows image, and now we export it into a different location. So then we delete the actual image that we created, just to make sure, because whenever you create a new when you import it, it's going to say image. You don't want to get duplicates, so we delete that off. So now we're going to go ahead and do an import. You select the folder you wanted to get the import from. It's the image folder here. It'll tell you this is the machine is going to be importing. It's fine. Oh, I'll also tell you the date that was created, so in case you have multiple, you see what date, which the exact one you're importing. Now this is the location. When I reported the problem to Microsoft with I was having with Windows 2008, they were saying this is the options I need to select, but I keep telling them I understand. I'm selecting this one to copy machine, creating a new unique ID, but the system doesn't, and I get into a whole bunch of conflict. I'm not sure if it was my setup, but I got tired of it, so I decided to let's create new machines because it's about the same time the way I look at it. So I come here, go next. And this is my default location, so I want everything to go to my new machine to go to my default location. The same with the hard drive, and I go next. It says image drive already exists. Actually, I thought we removed it, so let's go back and check here. Not sure what it's looking at, but the image drive is not there. Alright, so maybe we move too fast for it. Alright, let's do a refresh. Let's try the import again. Pick it up, F, image. Alright, not sure why the drive is there when it's not. So let's give it a few minutes to actually, maybe the delete is still going through. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and try this again. It went through. So it looks like I underestimated the time it takes to delete 10 gigabytes of data. So the reason why I was getting that failure is because I just deleted the hard drive and it was still going through the delete process. But now that that is done, everything went through okay, and this is the virtual machine is going to import. It's going to import it from this location, and it's going to get it a new ID, and it's going to put it in the default locations. So let's go ahead and hit on finish, and that should create a copy. Now while that is going on, this process, it's really not, it's better when you're doing it for multiple. Let's say I have an image and I'm importing, I can export it, and I can use PowerShell to import, like, 5 or 10 machines where I just script it. That's when this process is really necessary, because if you notice, I can create the virtual machines. If I'm just doing 1, 2, 3, I can create it faster by just creating it rather than exporting, then importing them one at a time, and I have to do the same rename again because it's importing it as image. So I have to change the name of the machine, and I also have to change the hard drive. So basically, I'm spending more time doing it export and import than I did when I just created a new virtual machine, which is one of the reasons why in my previous video I created a new virtual machine, because I've done this before. I know the process, and that was faster. Okay, once that's done, it took a couple of minutes there. So once that's done, is before I start my put a new image here. So before I start anything, I'll need to go ahead and rename this one to 001 001 B1 MBX2 Alright, now the tricky part is that let's just go ahead and look at the settings for that machine. If you look at it, everything should be set as the image was set. So this is the way the image was set here for the we can go ahead and move this up. I'll change the image later. But the cool thing is it does have the two processors that I set. It does have the memory starting at 2 gigs and maxing at 4 gigs. And it does have the image hard drive. Now this is where this comes into place, because what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to, I don't cancel, but I can come back in here and rename this, and then come here and then going to hard drive, then go to hard drive and then select the hard drive and say OK and apply. And once I have all that set up, then I can start my new machine. Okay, so the machine came up and you just go through the same steps. So basically that is how you cover an export and import of the virtual machine. Like I mentioned, it takes a longer time to do an export and import than it does to just do a new VM. So that's why since I'm not deploying like 10, 20 of them, I normally just create a new VM to save myself grief. Alright, I'll go ahead and that's all I have for tonight. You guys have a good day.